Hey, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Compton, and we're going to do a little review of Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 was all about place value and comparing numbers and ordering numbers from least to greatest, right? So I drew up this chart here. This should be familiar to you from fourth grade and in grades past. It's a place value chart, right? So remember, this is the thousands period. This is the units or the ones period. And then, of course, after the decimal, we have even smaller things like pennies and dimes and pieces of wholes, right? So I drew out this chart because it kind of helps us answer question number 1 on the Chapter 1 review. So this is Chapter 1, question 1. All right, so we have to find out 703,209. And actually, if you're still learning how to read numbers, this can help you. So you say this as a period, 703,209. And we don't have to say once, it's just 209. So I say this number, 703, and then whatever period it's in, and then 209. All right, so we have to find a number that is less than this number, because it says 703,209 is greater than whatever we put here. So this is going to be greater, and this is going to be less. So right now, you can look at your answer choices on question 1 and eliminate anything that you know is actually going to be greater, because the one we have to pick is going to be less. All right, so make your eliminations right now. All right, so right away, I see they're kind of playing with the digits in this number. They're just kind of swapping the order of the digits. I see here they have 730,000 and 730,000. These will not be able to be our answers because they're more than 703,000. So I'm going to eliminate those. I also noticed that this number is the exact same, and I have to eliminate that because it's equal to. All right, so we have 3 choices left. This one starts with 702,000, this one 703, and this one 703. Okay, so for sure we have one answer already. We know it's going to be this one, because if I compare I'm just going to write a line right there, 702,309, I can see that 703 is greater than 702,000, right? So, and I could put that in there and read it back to myself. 703,209 is greater than 702,309. And it checks out. Okay, but I have to see if there's another answer. So let's check out B, 703,029. All right, so let's see. 703,029 is the number I'm comparing now. Same, no, different. Okay, so I'm comparing in the hundreds column now, and I have 2 hundreds in this number and 0 hundreds in the number we're comparing. So that means it will be an answer, because 703,209 is greater than 703,029. All right, so B is an answer. All right, so let's check out D. 703,000, same. And then this is 290. All right, so same. These are the same this time. But now we've got a 0 and a 9 that we're going to compare. And we know 9 is greater than 0. So this one's out because this one's going to be greater. All right, that was question 1. All right, we're back at it, but this time we're doing question number 5. Okay, so question number 5 is asking if Mr. Rodriguez bought 420 pencils Mr. Rodriguez bought 420 pencils for the school. If there are 10 pencils in a box, how many boxes did he buy? All right, so let's think about what we know for sure here. We know for sure how many pencils he bought, right? He bought 420 pencils. Okay, now we know for sure there are 10 pencils in a box. Okay, so you can stop to imagine those 420 pencils getting put into different boxes, right? and we know that there are 10 pencils in each box. The question is the question's asking us, how many boxes did he actually buy? So I'm going to put my 420 in my place value chart. And I'm thinking about the action, right? So 420 is being split into boxes of 10, right? So 420 divided by 10 pencils per box is going to give us how many boxes he bought. Okay, so that's how I set up my problem. Now, if you have been using this place value chart, you may know that when you shift the digits one place to the right, it's actually the same as dividing by 10. So because I'm trying to solve 420 divided by 10, I'm going to shift each of my digits one place to the right because it's worth 10 times less, or the same as divide by 10 when I do that. Now, so I'm going to write my 4 here and my 2 here. Oh, and then I have a decimal and a 0. So I could say 42 and 0 tenths, but I don't really have to. I'm just going to say my answer is 42. So I'm going to go back and make sure I have that right. If there are 10 pencils in a box, how many boxes did he buy? All right, 42 seems reasonable. All right, kids, we're going to do question number 6. So Bobby and Cheryl each rounded 745,829 to the nearest 10,000. Bobby wrote 750,000 and Cheryl wrote 740,000. Who is correct? And explain the error that was made. Okay, this is a two-parter, so if you only do one piece, you only get part of the credit. So when you take your assessment, you have to make sure you put down both pieces of your answer. Okay, so here's my number, 745,829. And we need to know what it will round to for the nearest 10,000. Well, the 4 is in the 10,000th place. So we are going to say, is this number closest to 740,000 or 750,000? So actually, I'm going to use a number line because I basically only round on number lines. 740,000, 750,000. Now, there's a difference of 10,000 between each of these endpoints. So that's something to note. When you're rounding to the nearest 10,000, there should be a difference of 10,000 between each of your endpoints, right? Now, if we were rounded to the nearest 1,000, we'd only want a difference of 1,000, right? So we'd have to adjust our numbers and the number line. Okay, now, what's in between these guys right here? 740,000 and 750,000. All right, take a moment to figure out the midpoint. Okay, so if you said 745,000, you were right. That's the middle of these two numbers. Okay, so we have to place this number on the number line. So right here, 740,000, 745,000. And our number is 745,000 and some more. So it's going to fall somewhere in here. All right, so I'm going to estimate where I think it would go. So maybe 45, 746, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so I think that this would be 746,000 right here. So I'm going to guess that, I'm going to estimate that 745,829 would go right about here. So that means it's going to round to our 750,000 because it falls to the right of the midpoint. Now, if it fell to the left of the midpoint, it'd round down that way, right? But we're going to round up. All right, you ready for your next one? All right, kids, for this one, we're going to do question 7, another rounding one. So here's the question. The total season attendance for a college team's home games rounded to the nearest 10,000 was 270,000. All right. So wrap your mind around that. The total season attendance for a college team home game rounded to the nearest 10,000. Okay, was this number. So for numbers 7A through 7D, that's these, We have to select yes or no to tell whether the number could be the exact attendance. So that's just basically a fancy way of saying, does this number round to that number when we're rounding to the nearest 10,000? I don't know. I think that's a much easier way of saying it, right? So we have to think about this. 265,888 has a 6 in the 10,000s place, right? So it's either going to fall between 260,000 or 270,000 when rounding to the nearest 10,000. So I'm going to set up my number line. Remember, I want a difference of 10,000 because we're rounding to the nearest 10,000. That's how I know if I got my endpoints on there correctly. Now I know the middle point is 265,000. And I know this number is going to fall somewhere closer over here. So I'm going to just estimate, I think it might go right there, 265,888. So that means it would, in fact, round to 270. So that one is a yes. I think you have bubbles to fill in. It's just easier for me to do a quick check mark. Okay, so now I'm going to do this next one, 260,987. Again, we have a 6 in the 10,000s place. So my end points are going to be the same. It's going to fall somewhere in between there. Okay, and I still have a difference of 10,000 because I'm rounding to the nearest 10,000. So I have my end points correct. Okay, now my midpoint again is 265,000. And now I can see this would very clearly fall somewhere over here. So I'm just going to estimate, maybe it would go there. And so this one actually rounds to 260,000. So this one is a no. I'm going to check the no box. All right. So I need to think about 274,499 now. So this one's different. It has a 7 in the 10,000s place, right? So this one is either going to fall between 270,000 or 280,000. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my endpoints on my number line. My middle point will be 275,000. Okay, so 274,499 will fall, it's very, very close to our midpoint. It's going to be like one tiny little notch away, like right there. 274,499. But it's still closer to this side. So would it round to 270,000? The answer is what? The answer is what? All right. It is closer to 270,000. That one is a yes. Okay, let's do the final rounding situation. We've got 206,636. Now, there is a 0 in the 10,000s place in this number. So it's either going to fall between 200,000 or 210,000. We actually don't even need to do anything else because we don't even have this number on our chart. So the answer is automatically no. All right, so check out how to round on a number line. Make sure you know how to place the endpoints. It will help you quite a bit when you're rounding. And make sure you know how to find the midpoint. All right, get ready for your next one. All right, question 15 is up next. So let's read it. New Mexico has an area of 121,298 square miles. California has an area of 155,779 square miles. How much greater is the area in square miles of California than the area of New Mexico? Show your work and explain how your answer is reasonable. Okay, I'm going to do the show your work piece just like I did last time. You have to make sure you're explaining your reasoning. I'm not doing the whole thing for you. Okay, so here we go. I have 155,779 representing California, and I'm trying to find the difference, like how much more this has than New Mexico. So here's New Mexico, 121,298. All right, so I'm going to use the algorithm because these numbers are huge. I want to just have a way to do this. So 9 minus 8 is 1. All right, 7 minus 9. Some people say you can't do it. You actually can do it. It would give us a negative number. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move one of the hundreds from here. So I'm going to turn this into 6 hundreds. And I'm going to move one of those over here. So now I have 17 tens, basically. So 17 minus 9 equals what? All right, so you probably know that would be an 8. All right, then we've got 6 minus 2, which is 4. 5 minus 1, which is 4. And 5 minus 2, which is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, so our answer is 34,481. Remember, you can say that with the period names. So we would have 34,481, right? We have our place value chart that can help. And that's the difference. Now you have to make sure you're showing your work and explaining your reasoning. So we're not done yet. You want to answer both parts of the question. All right. Guys, I think we should stop right here. I think this is a good amount of review for one day. So I'm going to make another video for you if you have questions to answer on the next pages. All right, see you next time. Bye.